Hey, everybody. We are going to get started in just a second. Okay, welcome to our Monday night team call. This is a really special call, and I'm really excited for our special guest that is going to be leading the call tonight and sharing her journey and all the good things happening for her right now in her business that did not happen overnight. It's been, over 3 years in the making, and specifically all of 2019 in the making. I know Lauren set out with some really big goals, and she is crushing them. I met Lauren in a Panera when she joined, and she had signed, I think 3 or 4 people and gone silver, and Rebecca was out of town and said, can you meet with my new girl, Lauren? She's amazing. I think she can fast start gold. We just need to kind of chat with her. And we met at Panera that night, and never looked back, and she fast started gold and has just been such an incredible part of our team and an amazing leader on our team. And like I said in the introduction of our team call, she is, as far as I know, signed 15 so far this month. And her team is duplicating and following her lead like crazy, and she is developing silvers. She also earned Leaders Retreat in the first 6 weeks of the contest, which is amazing, and she's not stopping there, and she's going for the top prize. And we're recording this call tonight for those of you that couldn't be on, but also we've had all the jewels in plexus. No pressure, Lauren. I already told her this. We are in a jewels page, and there was a question about who all has earned Leaders Retreat. Rebecca and I were like, we have somebody that earned it 6 weeks in, and they all asked if she could do a video for their teams. And I told them, she's going to be sharing on our team call, and that I would record it and share it with all of our Plexus family. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Lauren.
Thank you. Yeah, and no pressure at all. First off, I'm so honored that you even asked me to speak on here. And to be honest with all of you guys, when Lynn first asked me to talk on the call, my first thought was that I couldn't possibly have anything of value to share with you guys. I'm not special, doing anything out of the ordinary. But I say that because clearly I do not have it all together, and I struggle with mindset still, and I have all of those negative thoughts that I have to talk myself out of. So I quickly had to flip the script, and I'm just hoping that something will resonate with just one of you tonight maybe, and that you'll get hopefully a little nugget of helpful information. So I thought that I would start with just sharing a little bit of my journey for those of you that haven't heard it. I have been with Plexus for 3.5 years. I joined Rebecca. Rebecca and I went to college together. We studied abroad in Europe together. That's how we knew each other. And Rebecca had been posting about Plexus. I had no idea what Plexus was, but she seemed super happy and excited, and I just liked her post and showed it love because that's what I do. I'm a supporter of people. So she sent me a message and said, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for liking my post. It really means so much to me. And then she proceeded to ask if I knew of anybody that might be interested in Plexus. And she maybe shared a little bit more about what Plexus was, because obviously I didn't really know that much other than what I had read of her posting. And I said, I think that I would be interested in Plexus. And, you know, at that moment in my life, I was struggling with tons of health issues. I was super unhappy. I had just had our second son, who was 6 months old, nursing around the clock. I wasn't sleeping. I would get like 1 to 2 hour stretches at night. I was super overwhelmed. My anxiety was through the roof. I was so unhappy, which was affecting our marriage, was affecting my ability to be a good mother. You know, all I ever wanted was to be a mom, and here I was with 2 beautiful, healthy kids, and I felt like I was such a failure. And I felt guilty for feeling that way. I'm gonna try not to cry through this whole thing, but anyway, so we were at a place where financially spending that money was a stretch for us, but again, I was in such bad health, and my husband was ready to have his wife back, and so we just made the decision. And if you are familiar with me at all, I'm very type A, red personality. I'm all in. So it did not take much convincing on Rebecca's part for me to say, yes, okay, this is for me. I need these products. I didn't harp on the decision. I didn't like think it over for weeks. I think it was that day, Rebecca, that I joined you. And it was either that day or the next day that Rebecca shared with me the potential of going silver and what silver meant, and having 3 people join me, and the fact that that would help offset the cost of my products. Again, we were struggling financially. So when she said that, it was kind of like my light bulb moment. And it was kind of where I was like, okay, maybe this is the answer that God is sending to me. I have prayed for a way to make money, and not have to leave my kids, but be able to relieve some of the financial burden from my husband. And so I thought, okay, I think that I can definitely find 3 people that would want to do this with me: my mom, my friend, whoever. And so she helped me with starting to share, got me plugged into the team page, all of the things. And I kind of went from there, and I went silver the first couple of days, definitely before I got my products. That was before we had lightning speed shipping. And I joined the very end of December in 2015, and I got my products in January of 2016. So that's when I really started taking the products. So I went silver. And after that, that's when Rebecca and Lynn were like, okay, I really think that you could fast start gold. And I was like, okay, well, what does that mean? Again, I'm very competitive. I'm very goal-driven, trip-driven, incentive-driven, whatever it was. And they explained fast starting gold, and that I can make $1,400. And I wanted to know how I needed to do that. How many people? So they told me 20, and that was my goal. And we did it. We fast started gold. I added 16, I think, my first month, and then I helped 4 people, before my level 1s, sign someone. So I fast started gold. I went senior gold in March, so my 3rd month, and then I went ruby my 5th month into Plexus. I went ruby. And that is kind of where I have stayed the last 3 years. And I hate to use the word stuck, because honestly, a ruby senior gold household, taught as senior gold, has been such a blessing and such a saving grace on more than one occasion. And very grateful in the fact that we have maintained ruby points for the majority of those 3 years, even in times of less intensity on my part. Our team has sustained, and it's been such a blessing. But towards the beginning of 2019, I knew that it was time to take it up a notch. And, you know, when I set my mind to something, I really, really, really go after it. I've always stayed consistent with Plexus. I have, in some capacity, I've always been consistent with Plexus. I have never second guessed doing this business or leaving this business, or that it wasn't for me, ever, ever, ever. I knew that this was where I was supposed to be, that I am a network marketer because of Plexus. I did not, you know, seek to become a network marketer. Plexus was the perfect fit for me. And so I've never second guessed or doubted that. But I knew that I needed to work at a much more intensive pace if I wanted to reach the next level and to reach my goals. So with the new year and gearing up for convention contests, you could kind of feel the momentum shifting in our team. We have some amazing leaders. We have a team in Arkansas that is just like, you would not believe. I love them so much. And really, since the beginning of the year, and even a little bit before then, Plexus has made it so amazing and truly business changing with the incentives that they're rolling out, the free enrollment codes. Each month just keeps getting bigger and bigger and better and better. And in March, with the iPad incentives, we had our biggest month ever. We added 60 ambassadors, and I was just completely blown away, so excited. We had several girls earn their iPads, several earned several iPads. I personally signed 9 people, so we got lots of new growth, lots of new excitement, lots of new momentum, and it really opened all of our eyes on what we were capable of, what we could do if we really worked with the intensity that we all wanted to be working at to get us to where we wanted to be. So I know that in those first few months of the year, especially March, that God had his hand on everything that was going on in our life. And on April 4th, gosh, I practiced this a ton of times and I did not cry, but on April 4th, Todd lost his job, completely blindsided. He had no inclination that this was about to happen. And it was, a very successful job, a very substantial income. And, it kind of turned our world upside down a little bit for a brief moment. But he is so strong, and he's always, the one to lift us up, and we're going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. But I know that God was preparing me, shifting my mindset, our team, all of the growth, all of those things, knowing that we were going to be solely dependent upon what this Ruby Senior Gold income was going to mean. And that's been able to provide us to stay in our home, to not have to uproot our kids, to be able to pay our bills, to not have to completely change our lifestyle. So I knew that I wanted to grow. I wanted to get to the next level. And that was just kind of the tipping point that was like, okay, so we're going to really start moving at a crazy pace. And I want to get to where I want to get to the next level. I'm done being complacent. I'm done being a Ruby. It has been amazing. It has been life-changing. There's not a second, not a day that I have taken for granted what that income has provided for us, but I'm ready to grow. And I knew that that was going to start with me. I knew that I had to be the change that I wanted to see team-wide and with our future people that we brought onto this team. And I have said this a million times to myself in the last 6-7 months. The speed of the leader is the speed of the team. And you guys have probably all heard that, but I have said that. And if there is a motto that could be, explain the last 7 months, it's that. The speed of the leader is the speed of the team. If I wanted to see growth and change, it had to start with me. Not a single thing will come from us blaming our downline. They're not doing this, they're not doing that. That solves nothing. If we want them to go after scary things and work towards incentives, message the intimidating, scary people, earn the trips, then we have to get out there and do those exact same things and inspire them to do them as well. We have to inspire our team, okay? So you be the leader and you go show them. You do the hard things. Your team is going to follow suit. And they're going to want to do all of those things with you. If you want to see greatness, go out there and be great. And that was just really a turning point for me. And I just needed to lead by example and inspire my team. And that is exactly what I set out to do. And so I guess I wanted to just touch on a couple of things that I have done personally to increase the intensity the last 6 months, that has in turn duplicated team-wide. So adding new friends on social media, messaging and building relationships like crazy. Listen, these are all going to be things that you guys know to do, and should be of no surprise and no aha moments here, but I figured I would just share. So adding new friends on social media, messaging and building relationships like crazy. And I will say that in my months of letting it off with the pedal some, these were things that they were non-negotiables for me. When I was laid up in the bed, pregnant and miserable and in so much pain, these were things that I could do. And I did it. I added tons of friends on social media. I was very intentional with building those relationships, getting plugged into their family, all of that sort of thing. You know, my cold reach outs might not have been as much, but I was still doing those things all the time. And half of the 15 people I have signed this month came during the last year of building those relationships and adding new people to my funnel, adding new people to my social media. Another thing is samples. I have been super intentional with samples the last several months. I'm very strategic with how I do samples, but they work. I only focus on samples really the first part of the month. And I do all the things. I make the posts, go to the post office, I'm sending samples, try it before you buy it, all of the things you guys see, you know, but they work, you guys. And with our new products, they are like feeling things their first day trying it, their second day trying it. I had like 2 people that didn't even finish their samples and they were like, okay, I'm ready to join. I love it. So samples right now are amazing because they get that instant gratification. And of the 15 people that I signed this month, 10 of them had tried samples. 10 of them. Some of them this month and some of them from months prior. So, you know, in months prior, their timing wasn't right or whatever, but they, 10 of them had tried Plexus of some sort of samples going forward. And I think I saw a question, what samples I'm sending. It just depends. I had several this month. I did like 5 samples that I did whatever I had on hand, like the Joyum, Kids Vitamin, the Lean, Active, Slim. And I did several of those that I just gave to them. This is an investment in your business. Not everybody's going to be able to do that. But for me, I did do several that I gave away. And then I sold a crap ton of Slim and Active. So both. I gave some away of what I had on hand. And doing those, I will find that doing those bigger samples like the Joyum, the Kids X Factor, the Lean, Active, Slim, really helps with the $199 welcome packs because they have a really good grasp of everything that's coming in there, and it just goes really well. So samples, samples, samples. It is an investment, but again, it's going to be worth it. So that's kind of a snapshot of all the things that I've been doing in Overdrive personally the last several months. Being bold, sending really, really bold messages to people. If you're on my Facebook feed and you post about having an ailment or something that you're struggling with health-wise, you are crying for help, and I am sending you a message because I know that what our products are capable of, and so I send a message. I actually signed 2 people this month who posted about having ailments of whatever, I won't name anything, but having health ailments, and I sent them a message right away. And I sent them a voice message. I was very bold. I said, will you please just trust me? Our products are going to help you. I am certain of that. I just really hate that you're struggling, and I know that I can make this better for you. And they were like, okay, tell me more. And I just started a conversation, and they could hear my heart. They knew I was genuine, and it went really well. So be bold in sharing those messages. And obviously, I mean, I don't think it could get any better, you guys. We have 100% confidence in our products and what they're capable of. Like Plexus has set us up for greatness. Our products work. And so I don't think there's anything better than that. And those bold conversations go for both the products and this business. So I have been reaching out super boldly about the business, and in particular, I wanted to take a quick second and point out just one quick thing, because I was looking back through my very, very, very first Plexus notebook when I first joined. It's like falling apart, the lid's coming off, or the cover's coming off, but it has like everything in here for my first several months of starting Plexus. It's actually really, really, really cool. But I just want to show you, because I have my Frank's list in here. And then I have this page right here that says people who weren't interested. And I'll cover up these other names so that you guys don't see. But that third name on there, I don't even know if you guys can see it, but it says Alyssa Allison. And she was one of the very first people that I reached out in my Plexus career. And she was a big, hard no. And so I wrote her name down. She wasn't interested. So in the beginning of the year, and actually years prior, had been bold with sharing with her because I knew that she would be amazing. And so when I first reached out to her, or back out to her, I think February maybe, and just sent her a really bold message. And it was a voice message, told her why I thought that she would be so amazing at this. I knew that she had major influence. She was so well liked. She's such a great friend. She's just got a radiant personality. And she was actually very receptive to that. She said, I had been thinking of Plexus. I know we have talked in the past. And she was currently starting a health journey of her own. So I knew that it would be the perfect timing, just the perfect storm. And that is kind of how it started with me. So I was able to just be very open and share that with her. So I just share that story to encourage each of you to really reach out to those scary people, because those are the people that are going to transform your business, and they're going to do it very quickly. They're going to get it. They're going to know how, they're going to get sharing. They're going to get posting. They're going to get all of those things. And you're not going to find those 1%ers that just bust it out without reaching out to the very intimidating, scary people. The ones that take us days to build up the courage to send a message, because we're just so worried. What are they going to think? Those are the people that will transform your business. So go after the scary people. They're not all going to say yes by any means, or we would all be diamonds, because we've all reached out to them. The majority of them won't, but when one of them do, it's going to be a game changer. It's going to be awesome. And I wholeheartedly believe that to be true. And when I messaged her, I knew that it was going to be such a financial blessing to her. And not just her specifically, but anybody that I reach out to as far as this business goes. I truly believe, because I have seen it, I have felt it, and I know it, that Plexus financially is what so many people in this world need. And so, what an honor it is to be able to share something that you truly know can financially change the trajectory of somebody's life. Like, I am so thankful every single day that Rebecca was bold enough to at least send me a message and start the conversation, because Lord knows I probably would have never reached out to her. So just, go after the scary people, build the relationships, add people on social media, be bold in sharing. So I also wanted to quickly touch on developing silvers, because that has also been huge the last several months in not only bringing on and being all of us team-wide and signing so many people, but then duplicating that down and helping to develop silvers. So it's been a total game changer for us. My first year in Plexus, I earned the Silver Stars trip. And the things I was doing then are very similar to the things that I'm doing, the last several months in developing silvers. Most people will work towards silver and hopefully achieve it. But for the majority, a lot of them will stop at silver, which isn't a terrible thing, right? We've given them the opportunity to make an income, to make some money, which will continue to keep them on their products longer, continue to allow them to see health changes and be consistent with our products. So developing silvers is important in building our business, but also in building the longevity of having ambassadors that stick around and truly feel the effects of what our products are capable of. And in my opinion, developing silvers has never, ever, 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 ever been easier than it is right now. Like, thank you, Plexus. You are seriously, Rebecca and I message all the time, like, they just love us. We'll send message like, oh my gosh, Plexus loves us so much. I can't believe they're doing this. And with these incentive codes, you guys, like, this has just been amazing. And I wasn't for a second going to miss out on this opportunity of jumping at the free enrollment codes, because I didn't join with a free enrollment code, but I surely wish that I did. So most people love a sale. So typically when I sign someone, unless we've already been discussing the business, I'll hold off on sharing about the codes until I sign them up. They're excited. And, you know, right after they sign up, that's when I will send them a message and let them know that Plexus is going to send them a code. And usually it's something like, I just wanted to let you know that Plexus is going to be sending you an incentive code that you can use 3 times to allow 3 friends to join you for free. It's going to save them $40. This might not be something you're interested in, but I always want to share your options with you. I'd love to help you make over $400 in your first 2 weeks. Does it sound like something you would be interested in? And if not, no worries. I would love to put them to good use. And I give them an out. I never want them to feel pressured, or like, okay, I just told you that you joined as a wholesale ambassador and that didn't mean that you had to share or sell, but here I am saying you need to go, you need to, you know, whatever. So I give them an out, no pressure. It is what it is. If you don't want to use them, I would love to put them to good use. And to be perfectly honest, there were several conversations when I really wanted people to give me their codes, because I had people waiting to join, and they were like, no, I think that I could definitely find 3 people that would want to do this with me, and the accountability would be nice. So just sharing that, and some of those were people that I was like, are you kidding? I cannot believe they just said that, but they did. So be bold and share about silver. Had Rebecca never shared about silver with me and offsetting the cost of my products, I probably would have not even been doing this business. I mean, who knows, but it was just the perfect timing. It aligned perfectly. I was excited, and I needed to offset the cost of my products. And then that opened the gate to what was really possible with this opportunity. And for some, they might not see the gate wide open and run after retirement and all of the things, but for some, they will. So be bold enough to share about silver with everyone. If they say no, I ask for their codes. If they say yes and they're open to going silver, I say awesome. I reassure them that I'm going to do everything in my power to help them achieve their goals and get to silver. I'm going to do all the heavy lifting. I don't ever want them to feel alone or like they're just stranded, like have no idea what to say or do. I know that it is completely unfamiliar and scary starting out, and I just want to ease all of those anxieties that they might have and make them feel very, very, very comfortable. I think back to when I first started, how I was feeling. I had no idea what Plexus was, what gut health was, what anything was. I was just like, okay, I think this is going to be awesome, but I had no idea. For me, I feel that developing silvers really, 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 really takes a lot of intentional work on your part. Lots of hand-holding, lots of giving them everything that they could possibly need. Again, they're in this season of learning. They have no idea. And, once they're at silver, they have a better understanding of, okay, what this business entails, what I need to be doing, what it looks like, and they're going to need you less and less and less. But at the beginning, it is important to do all of the things for them, I believe. So for a short while, give them everything that you have. I mean, really just pour into them, help them with their first post. I always help them I pull from a script and then customize it to whatever their walk is. And then I have them tag me in it. I have them make it public, and then I tell them that I'm going to post it on the team page, and we're going to rally around them. And our team is so amazing at that. We show the post lots of love, and then I pray that people are interested and comment. But that doesn't always happen. So as a leader, this might be your very first insight into their influence, how this is going to go. And before they make their first post, I send them a message and I say, okay, what day this week can we set up a launch event for you on Facebook? It's just a really simple 30-minute event. I'm going to do all the heavy lifting. I'm going to do all the posts. I'm going to do some fun giveaways. I'm going to share testimonies. All you have to do is get people in there. And they say, okay, what about Tuesday? And I say, perfect. At the end of your post, you're going to put that you're having an informative, very laid back event on Facebook for 30 minutes on Tuesday. There's going to be giveaways, prizes, and it's going to be super awesome. So if you're interested, let me know. And so they add that to the end. And so that's pretty much getting their first post out there. The launch event is just pretty much what I said. It's 30-minute thing we do. I think I have like 14 posts in there. It focuses on the products, the testimony, and then we just recently added in some more business-sided posts just because we were bringing in lots of business builders, and also expanding into Mexico, Australia, Canada, all of those areas, because we were finding that people had connections or were from Canada or whatever, so we put that in there. It's just a series of posts. Most of them follow what Lynn had posted in our team page. I don't remember what Jewel did it, but anyway, it's great information. And so some people get lots of interest from those first posts, and they have 10 people that are like interested, and then some people don't. And that's really where you have to step up as a leader and encourage your people that that's normal. Not everybody is going to have 1 million people that are like, oh yes, pick me, let me hear about your stuff. It doesn't happen all the time. So just helping them move forward from that point, create their list, who they're going to reach out to, who they think would really benefit from these products. And then we do the event. After the event, we hope that we have interest. I would say maybe typically at least one person is ready to sign, maybe 2 per person. This month we've done, gosh, I don't even know how many launch events, probably, I don't know, a lot. And we've combined some for several girls, did them on the same nights, just however it works best for you. But so from there, we just continue working on posting consistently, taking pictures of their actual pink drink or their active and how it's affecting them. We also have a list of compliant posts that I add to in our team page that they can pull from on days that they don't have anything, where they can add their own image to it, kind of make it their own thing, but that they have a safety net of information that they can continue to put out there. And continuing to remind them to post, like, okay, you haven't posted in a couple days. It's very important. People are watching you. You started, you got to keep going, keep pouring into people and letting them know what you're doing, how you're feeling, all of those things. And then lots of follow-ups, lots of messages every day. I have a running list of every single person that I have signed that has told me that they want to work towards silver. I put a little square by their name, and I keep track of how many they have and how many they need and where they are, so that at any moment, if they sign someone, I can easily know, okay, that was their second person, or that was their third person, they just went silver. Whatever it is, or when I'm messaging them that day, I know where they are. Who have you talked to? Okay, we need 2 more. And just having those messages and letting them know that you're there, you're supporting them. What do you need? It just really goes a long ways. So when they have anybody that's interested or that likes their post or anything, they start a three-way message, and they just simply say, I'm going to start a three-way message with my friend Lauren. She's been doing this a lot longer than I have and clearly knows way more than I have. Because for a lot of them, they just started and they have no idea. They don't even have a testimony or anything. And then I can carry on the conversation and share with them, you know, how to go about closing and all of that sort of stuff. And that's really teaching the new ambassador how to go about leading a conversation. You know, we ask what their health goals are and if they have any health concerns, what they're after. And then from that, I share with them which $199 combo pack I think would be perfect for them. And I cannot stress the importance of a $199 welcome pack. It is completely been business changing. I wish that we had this 3.5 years ago because I really might already be an Emerald. No, just kidding. But they are so important. I would say we've added over 60 people this month, and more than half of them have gotten $199 packs. So you have to remember that when you're going into this and you share, okay, this is the pack, I think it would be great for you. It's a huge savings. You're going to get so many products. It's really going to set you up for the best success. And then they turn around and they're like, yes, I want to go silver. Okay, help me. They start the conversation, and what do you think they do? This is what I suggest you start with. This is what I started with. This is a $199 pack. You're going to get so many things. I'm loving all of the variety, blah, 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 blah. And that will just duplicate down. They're not going to think for a second about signing someone or mentioning or being frightful of saying, this is a $199 welcome pack. It's just going to be what it is. And we have seen that month after month after month with our new people that are joining, and they're signing $199 packs. So I don't ever mention $99 welcome packs unless they straight up say, oh my gosh, there's no way that I could do that. I cannot get started for $199. And then I default to a $99 and I say, okay, that's great. We also have a $99 option, and it's amazing as well. So in a nutshell, with silvers, it's just putting in the hard work with them, showing them what to do, being their encouragement, being their cheerleader, just, you know, all of the things that we needed when we started. So, you know, and for us in this season, it's worth all the hard work, right? It means we're going to be able to stay in our home. We're going to be able to provide for our kids and do all of the things without having to completely change our lifestyle. So it's completely worth the hard work. And I would say, I was thinking about Brooke Hemingway and all of the things that she must do month after month after month, all of the hard things, all of the scary things, day in and day out, and the intensity that she must work at to be a double diamond in the time that she was. And it was worth it. It was worth the hard work. It was worth all of the things. So it's like being a marathon runner. I was explaining to Todd, I was like, they train forever. They are exhausted. Their bodies are exhausted physically, mentally, and you know, they build up to this pinnacle, and maybe we're in that pinnacle right now. You guys are working your tails off for Leaders Retreat and to get to San Diego and to earn the shoes and to get the cash. But on August 1st, we have to wake up and continue the run, just like a marathon runner. They're not going to give up running the next day after they complete their marathon race. They might take a minute to let their body recover, but they're not going to walk away from running. And likewise in our business, we have to pick up on August the 1st and continue to run with that intensity. And I'll tell you, the more you pull away from doing the things, the easier it is to continue to pull away from doing the things. So when you stop doing the reach outs and you stop cold messaging as much as you were, and you stop posting and you stop doing all of the things, it gets easier and easier for you to step back and step back and step back. So keep doing the things. And I'm preaching to myself, you guys. I'm right here with you. I'm like, this is all for me too. So I'm almost done, I promise, like 5 minutes maybe, and that's it. I know I've gone 10 minutes over, so I am.
No, it's so good, Lauren. Keep going. I know this is so helpful for everybody.
The last little thing I wanted to share was that, and another thing that I think was really important in seeing lots of new growth was that in January, I started what I call my health journey 2.0. I had my baby and I was super unhappy and overweight, and I was just in a place where I was super uncomfortable with myself. I didn't want to be in front of the camera. I didn't want to take selfies. I didn't want to do all of those things that are so important in branding ourselves, right? People buy into us. So if we're not able to be the face, it's hard for them to buy into that. So, you know, we are a health and happiness company. And if we're not healthy and happy, it is going to be hard for us to genuinely be authentic in our sharing. So for me, I know that held me back, you know, during my pregnancy and after, you know, after gaining all the weight and all like that. And so I knew that I had to make my health a priority, and I got serious. And I took people along for that ride, just like I did when I started 3.5 years ago. And just like inspiring our team to go out and do great things, we have to inspire our network to want to be better and do better and live healthier and get out there and be their best selves. We have to inspire that. So if you're struggling mentally and your health isn't where you want it to be, it's going to affect everything. And it is going to be so hard for you to be a representation of this company that does just that, health and happiness. And I'm not saying you need to be a size 4 and whatever. I'm saying that mentally, if you're unhappy and your health is struggling, do everything in your power to change that, because it's going to resonate with people. And you know, all of those things. And I think that is a big part in how many people I've been able to sponsor in the last 6 months, because they have watched me transform my health and be able to speak about our products with truthfulness. And it makes such a difference. So that's pretty much it. It is so crazy for me to think how far we've come in a year, because I can remember last year starting or during this time and watching Rebecca and other friends push for this shopping spree, and just thinking to myself, like, I just want to earn Leaders Retreat. I am not in a place where I even mentally want to push or go for something like that. I could not even see that happening for me. And we cannot be crippled by those thoughts, because like we can't allow our current situation, no matter how bad it is right now, no matter how bad you think you're struggling, sliding back, whatever it is, we can't let that current situation dictate what our future is going to look like with Plexus. You know what I mean? We have to just keep going, pick up, you know, be the leader that you want to be, go find new people, do all of the things. You know, we're not stuck. We can always grow. We can always evolve. We can always move forward. So that is my thoughts, and yay.
You are incredible. And like I said, when I met you 3.5 years ago, you are going to be a diamond, like no doubt. And that's one of the best parts of this, is meeting people where they're at when they first join, and then seeing this transformation of them personally and professionally and self-development wise and leadership wise is like the best ever. And this was like the best 45 minutes. And I'm so glad it's recorded, because I do it again, and I encourage all of you guys to listen to it again. And I know Lauren didn't share because it's probably like scary, but after the end of this month, she will not be a Ruby ambassador anymore, because she's moving on to the next rank. She's super close. So that announcement, I'm sure, from Rebecca is coming any day. And I'm just so incredibly proud of you. And I'm so thankful that whole story with vulnerability and everything. And I know that this inspired and helped more people than you can imagine. And I guess if anyone has any questions, go ahead and ask. We've got a few minutes, and I know Lauren's got to get back to Rank It Up, and she's busy. She was like, of course, this is right in the middle of everything. And I just really wanted her to share to end this month, and for you guys all to go into August with this fresh mindset, and to hear someone else's journey on our team that outside looking in, you guys might have thought, oh, everything was always so perfect for Lauren and everything was all together and like she never had any roadblocks or hiccups or personal things happen. And I just love her story so much because it's the ultimate story of just never giving up. And even when times got tough, I never heard from her mouth once that she wanted to give up or this wasn't for her. Never once. And so now, just like you said, Lauren, it's been a year in the making, but all these things are happening. And I think so often people give it a couple weeks or a month and they go, 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 and then it doesn't happen. And they give up because what you guys don't realize is it's that compounding effect and you've got to put in the work every day, just like that marathon runner. And the one thing I love, Lauren, is your boldness and that you said you voice message everybody. Because listen to Lauren's voice and how she was on this call is people can hear that in her voice when she is reaching out. And I would join her if I was not in Plexus and she reached out to me with a voice message that this could be for me too, or this could change my life. There's so much more to that. Don't be afraid to send voice messages because when you just type a message, that really doesn't have any power, in relation to if they can hear your voice and how passionate you are and like how genuinely you feel this will help them or be for them or change their family's life. And I just love your story. And I love that Plexus has been the reason that when Todd unexpectedly lost his job, that you guys are able to provide for your boys and stay in that beautiful house that you built. And this is just the start of amazing things. And I'm just so proud of you, Lauren, and I love you so much. And thank you so much for pouring into all of us tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for asking me.
It was so good. I'm just kind of looking. I don't see any questions. I did see one a while back. So I know everyone's going to ask, like, what's the event? So maybe if you have the template, we could share it because I know you're probably going to get a million questions on what exactly that looks. And then who do you do these events for was the question. It's probably anyone you have a conversation with that says, yeah, I want to use my codes or I'm interested in going silver, right?
Yeah, exactly. Anybody that says they're interested in using their codes or working towards silver.
Perfect.
Yeah, I can share what the posts are. Some of them are the same that you put on there. Some of them are new. Alyssa made all new pretty images, so they're beautiful. But yeah, I can, I guess, just upload them in the team page, or I don't know how. Yeah, something like that. You can tell me how you want me to do it.
Okay. Or yeah, send it to me or Rebecca. Rebecca's an admin. She can upload it. Let me see one more question. So Julie's pretty new and she said she's been posting on Facebook but has not messaged anyone about Plexus because she fears she's just going to be another person selling something.
Yeah, it is. I guess it's a touchy thing, but I feel like if people, especially people that know you, and that's why it's so important in building relationships with people and being authentic and reaching out, is just that they hear your heart. That's where the voice messages really come in handy, I feel, because being able for them to hear you, I feel like will take out a lot of the salesiness that they might read into if you were to just send a message like, oh, I think you would love my products written out. Whereas if you're like, oh, I think that you could truly benefit from what these products are capable of, and this is why X, Y, and Z. I saw that you posted about whatever, or I know that you're probably a tired, exhausted mom like me, those sort of things, and just being real and giving them real reasons on why you think that they would benefit from our products, or the business, likewise, same thing. If why you think that they would benefit from the business, and yeah, I don't know if that helps, but. And don't get in your own head that people are instantly going to think that you're selling, you're just another person spamming them or whatever. If you do it right and you do it genuinely, if somebody comes back and thank God I haven't had a whole lot of that in my life. But if they do, I would just chalk those people up to, I don't really care to have them in my life, because if they think that I, am just after a sale and I'm just spamming them, then, bye. I don't, I'm going to move on to the next person or, whatever. So your mindset has a lot going into it, because if you're thinking those things, when you message them, it's going to come out. They're going to feel that hesitation. They're going to feel all of those things. But if you go into it that what I have to offer you is amazing, whether you want it or not, it's going to change your life. It kind of takes the scariness out of it a little bit, except for some people are still scary to reach out to. But again, those are the people that are the ones that we need to be reaching out to. So hopefully.
That is a perfect answer. No, yeah, I totally agree. Because if you just come across super genuine, and that you're excited, and because we always salespeople, we're share people. So why would we not share something we're excited about? And we know from what we've heard, because when you were brand new, Lauren, you were sharing off excitement. You're like, I don't know, it's amazing. My friend Rebecca and Lynn were loving it. So I think you would too. I want you to do this with me. And there's just no to it. And Julie, you're amazing. So it's just be you, and there's no script, and we're not trying to sell them, and just say, hey, I just started this, and I just really think you would love it too. Those reasons of, whatever they've put out there, why you think you would love it. And of course, sharing your story as you go. You don't have to have some incredible story already, or like Lauren said, she already had gone silver before she even got the product, just because she was excited. Hey, I found this, I'm starting this, I'm really excited. I've seen my friends have all these things good happen with them starting Plexus, and I just thought of you, or something like that. So yeah, that was a perfect answer.
Can I add to that, Lynn?
Yes, Steph. Yes, add to it.
I just want to say this real quick, you guys, because this helped me get over that whole fear about reaching out. We go through things in our head about, not wanting to be salesy to people and all that. I'm the kind of person, and I believe everybody on this call right now is the same way, because you all show up. You're all the top 1% of our team that works this business and is doing this. I want to do a good job. I take a lot of pride in doing a good job. I don't care if I'm cleaning toilets, if I'm a police officer, if I work for Plexus Worldwide, I want to do a good job. So don't self-sabotage, yourself by thinking, oh, I'm going to be salesy if I reach out. I constantly remind myself, I have a work ethic. I want to represent Plexus the best way possible, and I want to do a good job. So when I reach out to people, or if I follow up with people or things like that, I'm not being salesy. I'm wanting to give them the best of what I have to offer and what Plexus has to offer. And just like Lauren said, it's a gift. We have to go back to why we love this stuff, why we love this company, why we take these products every single day. We have to remind ourselves of that. What if Plexus, was gone tomorrow? What would you be missing? What would you be lacking in your life when it comes down to just the products? Not even talking the business, just the products. So many of us cannot live without these products, but yet we're so scared to have conversations with people about it because we don't want to be salesy, So I have to constantly remind myself of that. I had lunch, and I'll say this real quick. I had lunch with a girl the other day who's a real estate agent who's super, super successful. And she said, she made a comment to me, and I was like, you're so right. She said, at the level I'm at, very often, I have a team and I want to send these people out to do X, Y, and Z for me instead of me doing it myself. But I got this call the other day, and I showed this house to this couple when usually I would send somebody, and I'm selling the house, and it was just a reminder to me to get back to the basics. And we had this great conversation about that. And I said, it's so true. We get in this business, we're always looking to reinvent the wheel. We're looking for something new. And I'm sorry, and Lynn and I sound like broken records when we say this, but Plexus had very little to offer in ways of training, information. And let me tell you, today, there are amazing resources, but it freezes so many of you to not get into action because it's almost like information overload, So if you're feeling like that, I hate the word stuck. I try not to use the word stuck, but if you're feeling like you're stuck, then you need to take a step back and say, why am I stuck? Because we're just so inundated with so much stuff now. We just need to remember very simply why we are here, why we love this stuff, and that's it. And like Lauren said, I'm not here telling you anything any different. She's just working at the pace right now of a jewel. And we've said that for a long time. If you're not happy where you're at, can start working at a jewel pace. That's what Lauren's doing. That's why she's in Leaders Retreat. That's why she's kicking butt. It is picking up the intensity in your business. If you're not happy, could you do more? That's all I want to say. If you're not happy, could you do more than you're doing right now? Because we can come to these calls and we can motivate, we can inspire, we can coach, we can rah-rah, but we can't truly motivate. You know, there's got to be something deep within each of us that aren't going to throw in the towel. If we think we aren't going to earn Leaders Retreat or whatever, we just need to like dig deep and say, I'm going for it. So that's the difference. There's no secret. And Lauren, I thank you for sharing all that. You're keeping it simple. You have just literally picked up the pace. There's no secret. You've literally, because Lauren, honestly, you were one of those people, I said this to Lynn, whenever you join, I'm like, this girl's going to be a diamond. Life gets in the way, and you kind of like, you had the third baby and everything happens. But then when you decided like, I'm back in this, boom, you're doing it. That's the difference. So all of us, a lot of times, because I've done this myself, people are like, what is she doing? She's working her business. That's it. It's not like, oh my God, she's doing something different. You literally just stepped up and said, my why has changed. I need to kick some ass in this. I am not going to just sit back and, you just dove back in and started giving it 110%. That is the difference. And I'm sorry to be like, but I just,
I was going to say, preach, Steph.
Sandra just posted that. And you guys know me. I don't ever want to come off like, but seriously, that is the difference. Every single one of you can earn Leaders Retreat. We've got double credits through Wednesday night. So if you're thinking only at a couple hundred points or whatever, it's Wednesday night, right?
Double end of the month. Yes.
Through the 31st.
Yes.
So level ones who buy a $199 welcome pack are 60 credits for one person. It can be done. But it is like one of these things you just got to attack to earn for the double credits, but you still have till the end of August. So I just wanted to say that there's nobody on this team that is not worthy, that cannot do it. But it is literally flipping a switch and going at it 100 miles an hour until you earn it. That's the secret. You've got to work your butt off until it happens. Seriously. And you've got to want it. And I wanted to make a post today, and I didn't, and I probably will do this before I go to bed. I was going to make this Monday motivation post that there has to be whatever goal that you're running for, no matter what it is in life or business, but I'll say this pertaining to business, you have got to believe that you deserve it. You have got to believe that you are worthy of it and you deserve it. Because if you're just like, shooting for it, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what the saying is. Like, if you're just like, I'll give it my best shot, you've got to want it, and you've got to believe that you deserve it, or it's not going to happen. But you guys have plenty of time. You have plenty of time, and nothing gained is nothing lost. I just wanted to say that Lauren is where she's at because she is truly, truly working at a Jules pace. And we've talked about that on calls before. If you normally reach out to like maybe 3 people a week, see what happens if you reach out to 20. If you normally follow up with 3 people a week, see what happens when you follow up with 20. If you've never met somebody for lunch to talk about Plexus, or picked up the phone to talk to people about Plexus, or got out from around Facebook and Instagram, try that in the next couple weeks and see what happens. It's doing stuff above and beyond what you're doing because you've got such an incredible goal that you're trying to get, and you're not going to take no for an answer until it happens, really. So
perfect way to end it. And I just want to add to that, it's not going to be the template that Lauren shares that's going to change your business. It's all the back end work and all the things she said she's doing. That is why she has seen the success. That little template and event is just one little piece of it, but she shows up every day with consistency to do those online events for her people. It's not a one-off, or it's not that the template's magical. It's all the things that she's doing day in and day out for the last 6 months, solid, just like she was talking about. Where ago her life got flipped upside down, and she said, I have to do this. I have to do all the hard things that I've been so scared to do. And I know her so well, and she's always been amazing at having her friends join her. And just, in this last year, she's like, I have to be bold about this business because I can't personally sign thousands of people. And that's not what this business is all about. It's about being bold about this opportunity that we also have paired with our products and sharing that with everybody. You never know who needs this. And this is not a one-person effort. You've got to share this business and opportunity with everybody. Because I know when Rebecca reached out to Lauren, she was like, oh, I didn't think she would be interested. And Lauren was super interested in the business. And here she is today, because Rebecca could have sat back that day and been like scared to reach out to her and like drop this seed of, are you interested in plexus? Is it for you maybe? Or do you know anybody? And it turned out to be for her because Rebecca was bold and started that ripple effect. So Steph, that was all perfect way to end the call. And we'll end it with Lauren. We can't wait to see you be our newest senior Ruby ambassador on Team Allen. Yay!